Hey everyone, welcome back to Greg's Quarantine Kitchen. It's the weekend, so today we're doing a special cocktails edition. I'm going to show you 3 pretty simple cocktails that I like to make here at home. So we're going to start right away with a old-fashioned, which is pretty simple. First, we're going to need 2 ounces of bourbon. Just pour that in our glass here. A nice classic cocktail, 2 ounces of that. I'm actually using a cinnamon simple syrup that I made, really just 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, and then I threw in a couple cinnamon sticks in a pot and you just kind of boil that down until it reduces. I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of that. I think that should work well. If you have just regular simple syrup, that works fine too. And then finally just a couple dashes of Angostura bitters, which are pretty kind of the standard for this kind of cocktail. So just 3 or 4 dashes of that. I'm going to stir that together. Get it all mixed in. Looks good. Got our ice cube. Ice cube in. And then usually the kind of typical garnish for an old fashioned is usually a little orange peel. So as you're putting that in, you kind of squeeze the peel to get some of those oils kind of around the edge of the glass. That usually gives a nice aroma and flavor to garnish your cocktail. So just throw that in. There you have it, old-fashioned. Cheers. All right, for our second cocktail, we're going a little tropical. We're doing a pineapple mojito. So we're going to start with our shaker. I'm going to take a couple mint leaves and kind of muddle that with some lime juice. I'm using the juice of 1 whole lime. Do that right into our shaker. This is a really fun, easy drink. The warm weather has us wanting a little tropical twist on this cocktail, so we're adding pineapple into a pretty standard mojito. A little simple syrup in there as well. Just gonna muddle that, and the idea with this is that it just brings out some of the flavor from the mint leaves. Just kind of crush that up in there. You know, you can just use like a wooden spoon too if you don't have a muddler like this. We're going to use about like 3 ounces of pineapple juice. That's half of one of these little cans. I'm just gonna kind of guess that. That looks about half. And then we're using just white rum. I'm gonna do about 2 ounces of rum. Getting low on this bottle here. So there's our all that in a shaker with your ice. Shake that up. Alright, and then I'm gonna actually strain this into my glass here, which is just a regular cocktail glass with another ice cube in there. That looks great. And then you can garnish that with another mint leaf. You can top that with some seltzer if you need to, but that looks pretty good. From our fire escape to yours, mahalo and cheers. All right, for our third and final cocktail, we're doing a twist on a Mezcal Mule, so we're doing a Mezcal Mule. We're gonna start with the juice of half a lime in each of our copper mugs here. Plenty of lime juice in there. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of mezcal, and this is actually mezcal made by Aaron Paul and Brian Cranston, which is pretty cool if you can find it, and it's really good. You could also use tequila, any tequila that you like, or just vodka, kind of as the traditional Mezcal Mule would be with vodka. So about an ounce and a half of mezcal in there. I'm using an orange bitters just to give it a little more depth to it. So 3 or 4 dashes of those bitters in there. And then finally we need our ginger beer, which I forgot to bring out here into the living room. So we're just splitting this can in half a can for each drink. Just kind of eyeing that to make sure we have equal amount in each of our mugs here. Looks pretty good. And then we're using this crushed ice. I use my blender to crush this up. That way it kind of makes a little like a slushy almost. This might be how some bars or restaurants might serve it with that crushed ice, which helps I think dilute a little bit of the cocktail. So we got that in there, and then to garnish, I just have these little lime wheels. Put a little slicing, just hang that on the edge of our drink there. So really fun, tasty cocktail. All 3 of these ideas are really great. Post below in the comments what you're drinking at home, or if you made any of these. We'd love to see what everyone else is drinking at home during quarantine. Cheers again, and I'll see you next time on Greg's Quarantine Kitchen.